Lately, when we do news in comics, it's DC based. There's just been a lot of kind of little sprinkling bits of DC news as that company has changed. But today we get to talk about Marvel. So let's get into some of the news of Marvel, in particular, kind of the Phoenix Force, the new Iron Man, and more. Hey everybody, this is Perch. A handful of little bits of news on Marvel. In the first case, kind of the biggest, we already had heard that we were getting this Phoenix storyline. That there was going to be a kind of Enter the Phoenix storyline that's coming up in the Avengers starting in December, and it's an event and not an event. It's an event, but it's an event playing out inside of the Avengers. So it's more of a storyline than an event. But we call everything events these days because I don't know. There's some reason why we do that, but so we're doing that. At any rate, what do we get from the Avengers? Well, the Phoenix Force is basically here, and this is kind of what Marvel is saying, that the Phoenix Force will set up a tournament of superheroes in order to pick the new Force, and it will give a taste of that Phoenix Force power to the current Avengers and a few others. To kind of, I guess, get a sense of what they would do with things, and we get Captain America, She-Hulk, Wolverine, Shang-Chi, and Black Panther, or possibly Luke Cage. We think Black Panther based on it's got like the little Phoenix Force tiara, so it's very much a Luke Cage kind of costume, but it also has the claws. So I'm pretty sure this is Black Panther, unless we're merging characters again for some reason. And then, Namor is also in there, kind of tying in maybe that Atlantis storyline. But they're going to get some of the power of the new Phoenix, or at least going to get a sample of what that's like. And then there's going to be some kind of tournament, and whoever wins the tournament gets to be, who will be the all-new Phoenix. And there will be more. So they're teasing that some villains will also get a chance at this tournament. So think of this as Enter the Phoenix plus Contest of Champions, all in one to pick a new Phoenix host. So lots of Phoenix stuff. There's no word yet on how long this is going to be. I've heard 6 issues, but I've heard that very anecdotally through people who I think are guessing. So I think let's call it 6 issues or so of a storyline around the Phoenix Force tournament. Haven't heard yet that it's tying into other books, but if it's Marvel, they're gonna want to. So let's just assume they are. The other bit of news is that the Eternals, the new comic that's setting up with, I think it had 537 variant covers for the first issue. I think that's right. I may be exaggerating a little bit. At any rate, we've heard that the big villain, the big bad that we're going to get for this comic for I don't know about a while, but definitely it's going to be one of the big factors, is Thanos. So Thanos, when last seen, was inhabiting Star Fox's body. His spirit was, and then he was kind of dead-ish. So, this is, I think, Gamora killed Thanos, and then he killed his future self. Anyway, Thanos is always coming back to life. He is back to life, and he's going to be a kind of the big villain in that comic. So, so that's exciting. If you're into Thanos, more Thanos is coming your way with that. Meanwhile, this may mean absolutely nothing because it is variant covers, but people have pointed out that in December we will get the Knullified. Knull, as in Knull from King in Black, Knullified, see, variants. And these variants will show various Marvel superheroes, including Captain America and Black Widow and Ghost Rider and so on, having been converted by Knull. So no word if this is just, a random kind of, crazy... No word on what this, if this is part of the storyline, or if we're actually going to see, Marvel heroes being twisted and converted into something different. Which, if so, will mean that during King in Black and the Enter the Phoenix storyline, we're going to get Marvel heroes like Captain America is going to be going through a lot of changes during those periods. It's like I don't know. I could make a joke, but I won't. But anyway, he's making a lot of changes are going on there. So that is a lot of what's going on for Marvel. One more last little thing kind of in there for Marvel is that we're getting another Fantastic Four little kind of limited series coming out the bat called Fantastic Four Road Trip. It's a one-shot by Christopher Cantwell, who we'll talk about more in a second. But anyway, the Fantastic Four is going to have their bodies all go all crazy and mutate and get weird. So that's always fun. And Wolverine is moving. It's skipping issue number 9 through 349. And in December, we will get a special, I'm assuming, oversized, overpriced anniversary issue, Wolverine number 350, going back to legacy numbering. So that's fun. Like a little bit of legacy numbering. Why not? It's fun to keep the collectors on their toes. So speaking of Christopher Cantwell for a moment, and this is news, but I will point out we saw the first issue of Iron Man number 1 come out today, and I will say that this is a good comic, or at least maybe it's just the euphoria of being done with the whole Iron Man 2020, but it's an Iron Man comic that feels like Iron Man, and the art. It reminds me a lot of when Epting was on and Brubaker were on Captain America. It has that feel to it, which is high praise. I don't want anybody to jump out with like, hey, why? I'm not ready to. After one issue, you can't call it a success yet. But I will tell you, it's a nice welcome change. It feels like a Tony Stark that we actually know, and it fits. So that's all the news coming from Marvel. Really kind of, I won't go into some other stuff. The only other big news, which kind of splits the difference a little bit, is that we are being told definitively that in addition to Grifter showing up in Batman with issue 101, we're going to get a lot of the Wildstorm characters are going to be integrated into the DC universe over the course of 2021, and we can expect to see them popping up all over the place. And that's this also confirms the death of Warren Ellis's Wildstorm revamp. That's not coming back, which nobody will surprise nobody at this point. But we will see more Wildstorm characters. But there you go. There's the news. Any of that stuff interest you? You into the Phoenix Force tournament, Knullified, all that kind of stuff. Thanos. What are you after? Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. Otherwise, thanks for listening.